When Jessica and Adam Davis adopted a little girl from Uganda, they were over the moon. Not only had they added to their brood, but they believed that they had also provided a child with a better future. However, they were yet to learn the full circumstances of their adopted daughter's past. Jessica is a successful photographer from St. Clairville, Ohio, and she and her associate pastor husband, Adam, are the biological parents of 4 kids. However, in 2013, the couple decided to grow their family further by adopting a child. But the Davises wanted the path they chose to be a moral one. For them, adopting was not about simply adding another child to their family. Instead, they wanted to share their love and wealth with someone who might not otherwise experience prosperity. As a result, Jessica began researching various adoption options. That's when she discovered that 3 million children in Uganda were in need of loving parents. So, she and Adam decided on an international adoption. Indeed, the couple were confident that they could provide a Ugandan orphan with a better life, and the pair subsequently began filing out paperwork and completing checks, handing over thousands of dollars in the process. Then, after a year of waiting, Jessica and Adam were finally given the green light to go ahead and adopt. Soon after, a seemingly perfect candidate came along, and in 2015, the Davises completed their adoption. The child was a 6-year-old girl named Numata, and when describing the news arrival to CNN in 2017, Jessica said that the child was beautiful, strong, and brave. And the girl's story likely moved Jessica and Adam. We were told her father was deceased, and she was being severely neglected at home, and her mother was leaving her open to abuse, leaving her for days, Jessica revealed to CNN. It was a pretty dramatic file. Numata would move to America, however, and her English vastly improved after just a matter of months in the country. One of the little girl's favorite talking points was her birth mother. She would tell her adoptive parents how close they were, spending time in the kitchen together and accompanying each other to church. The Davises felt, though, that Numata's memories of home were at odds with the picture their agency, European Adoption Consultants, had painted, and as a consequence, alarm bells started ringing for the family. Therefore, they launched an investigation into the claims made against Numata's mother. According to CNN, the youngster's mother was described on a referral form as helpless. Furthermore, the document said that the Ugandan woman couldn't provide basic needs of the child for better growth, and as the Davises later discovered, that wasn't really the case. Eventually then, Jessica and Adam uncovered the murky circumstances behind Numata's adoption. It appeared that someone had tricked the girl's mother into giving her up. According to CNN, the parent had believed that her daughter was being sent away for educational purposes, and that the child would return to her at some point. It had all began when an alleged trafficker turned up at Numata's local church, Jessica told CNN. On the basis of his schooling claims, he had recruited 7 children, Numata included, and transported them to an organization called God's Mercy. It was there that the Davises had first met the girl they would adopt. When Numata's mother agreed to send her away, she had been mourning the loss of her husband, and the opportunity to provide her daughter with a better education was too good to turn down. However, CNN revealed that the woman later told a Ugandan court that she was unaware that she had forsaken her parental rights. And after learning of Numata's background, the Davises were horrified. They also arranged a Skype call with their adoptive daughter's mom. It was then that Numata, by now age 7, learned that her mother had apparently never meant to give her up. Witnessing the little girl's anguish following the revelation, Jessica and Adam felt that there was only one thing that they could do. So with the help of the US Department of State, they had Numata's adoption voided. After all, she'd never been an orphan in the first place. After completing the relevant documents, the Davises duly handed back parental rights to Numata's mother. Then, after throwing the little girl a farewell celebration, the family returned the child they had loved as their own for a year back to her rightful home in Uganda. But following their harrowing adoption experience, Jessica and Adam were emotionally drained. Not to mention $65,000 out of pocket. As Numata's former adoptive father lamented to CNN, the only trauma this poor kid ever experienced was because we essentially placed an order for a child. Since Numata's relocation, the US Department of State has debarred European adoption consultants for 3 years. The December 2016 decision was upheld a year later, despite an appeal. Meanwhile, the Ugandan government told CNN that it had closed down the God's Mercy orphanage, where the Davises had first met Numata. And with their ordeal behind them, the Davises and Numata tried hard to get their lives back on track. They also shared regular calls between Ohio and Uganda, where the young girl's mother told CNN that she was very happy to have Numata back. However, having their one-time daughter grow up without them is difficult for her former adoptive parents, particularly when they receive photos of Numata. I tend to get teary-eyed because of how much I miss her. I would love to wrap my arms around her, but then I remind myself of all that she almost lost, Jessica told CNN.